Hi guys, welcome back. This is going to be a tutorial and it's an exciting tutorial because I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. Basically it's an eyeshadow tutorial and includes just one eyeshadow. So it's a very beginner's makeup kind of tutorial. I do have it on my eyes at the moment, so it's kind of a bronzy look. It might not be very obvious because I'm a little bit bronze myself, but the eyeshadow that I'm actually using is a very basic one. It's from Maybelline, which you will see in a minute, and I only use 3 brushes in this tutorial. And the reason why I'm actually doing this tutorial is because I just want to kind of put it out there that it's actually very easy to play with makeup, to play with eye makeup, and especially because recently, like a couple of girlfriends of mine, like they do want to try out the eyeshadows and stuff, but they're just a little bit intimidated or scared but that it might not look good. So the idea of this video is to show you guys how you can actually achieve this look very easily if you follow the steps, and also to kind of put it out there that it's actually not very difficult. Makeup is not complicated. Okay, so without further ado, if you want to see how to achieve this look, please stay tuned because you can actually do this with any kind of color. This is the color that I actually use, but you can actually do it with a brighter color, a redder, a purple, a blue color. So it's more of a daytime kind of look. Sorry, I'm actually running out of It's more of a daytime kind of look. If you want it to turn it into a nighttime, I can actually do one nighttime look with just one eyeshadow. It will basically involve the same kind of steps, but you might want to do a little bit more if you want to make it look pow in the nighttime. But this is a very good look if you just want to go out for the day, for the weekend. I'm going to be using this single eyeshadow from Maybelline. So this is the one that's called Urban Brown. Yeah, Urban Brown, and it has like a very nice glossy pearl finish. So you can actually do this look with a pearl finish eyeshadow like this, or you could actually do it with a matte look as well. So it's all in the technique, so it doesn't really matter what kind of colors and everything that you actually use. So I'm gonna head and get started and try not to ramble on for too long. So the first thing that you want to do is to prime your eyelids, and I'm actually going to be using my paint pot from MAC, and this is in the color Painterly. So I really like this for my primer because it doesn't cause my eyeshadows to crease. So what I usually do is kind of like dab it here to sort of heat it up a little bit and dab it all across my eyelids. So for this particular look, because you're not actually going overboard nearer to your brow bone, you can actually stop putting your primer somewhere halfway here. So you're just merely concentrating it onto your eyelids as well as your above upper crease. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that all over there. So I really like this particular primer because, as you can see, it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, so sometimes it can actually act as a good concealer. So I'm actually just bringing it up to 3/4 up my brow bones and putting it also aside here. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and start applying the eyeshadow. So I'm going to use a couple of brushes. I'm going to use a total of 3 brushes in this look, but however, feel free to kind of just use whatever brushes you have in your collection, and just, you know, find a brush that's kind of the same pattern so that it will serve the same purpose. So the first brush that I'm using is this Revlon brush, and it's sort of like a very straight tapered brush, so it's not fluffy at all. So, and it's a little bit fluffy on the top, but by the side you can see that it's very straight, and this is very good to kind of pack your eyeshadows. You could use any other eyeshadows, like eyeshadow brushes. For example, I've got this one from Sigma, which is the E55 brush. This also serves the same purpose, to kind of pack the eyeshadows on your eyelids, and I generally like to use these kind of shadows just for the eyelid area to really pack in the eyeshadow. So I'm going to take the eyeshadow, I'm going to take quite a bit of product like so. Obviously it depends on the color that you're using. If you're using a very dark color, you might want to kind of like try it out first before like packing everything in. And the way I'm going to apply the eyeshadow is really just to pack it in, and I'm only going to be concentrating on the eyelid area here. So just concentrate on that first. So just packing this in. You might want to angle the brush like so, just to make sure that it doesn't go all the way there. So depending on the color, just pack it in as much as you want till the color actually shows up on you. I'm actually using quite a bit of this product because it's quite similar to my skin tone, and I just want it to kind of show up on my eyes. So pack it in. So as you can see, there is like, I'm creating like a dome shape here. Okay, so once that's done, this is how it's gonna look like. It's just gonna have a lot of eyeshadow on your eyelids. So the next thing you're gonna do is to basically blend it out. So blending is not as difficult as it sounds. It's basically taking a blending brush, and this is how a typical blending brush would look like. I got this from Eco Tools, and you can basically get this from Watson's, and it's basically part of a set and includes the blending brush as well. So it's any sort of brush that actually curves outwards in a V shape, and then it's sort of very fluffy. So other kinds of blending brush are things like this. This is also from Eco Tools actually. So these are like smaller these are smaller blending brushes, and then you've got like the bigger ones that are more like this, for example. So you can see this is a lot bigger. This is the one from Sigma, but because of this look, it's very subtle. You want to use a smaller blending brush. So I'm going to use this one from Eco Tools, and what I'm going to do is on the eyeshadow that I've already applied, I'm actually going to go like a windshield motion and then just go this way and that. Okay, and when you use your blending brush, you don't actually need to move the brush. You basically move your wrist instead. So I'm just going to blend it out like so. So when you do blend it outwards, just left to right and more on your wrist rather than the brush, and then you want to blend it upwards. So just slowly blend it just where it is, and then just work your hand up. Can you see that? Just from where it was, and then just slowly working your hand up like so. So for this particular color, because it's very bronze and neutral, I actually want it to stop somewhere here. So I'm actually going to be bringing it quite high up. But depending on what colors you use, for example, if you're using like a red and whatnot, it wouldn't look very nice if you actually have reds all the way till there. So it really depends on the color that you're using. So if, for example, if it's like a reddish eyeshadow, you might just want to stop here, but because it's a bronze look, I'm actually just going to bring it up. So you can see I'm actually blending, so it doesn't look too intense onto the eyelid. However, I don't have enough product to bring it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my blending brush a little bit onto the eyeshadow, just like so, and then I'm actually going to use the same brush and then actually blending it again like that. So this way I'm actually blending and I'm adding a little bit more product in there too. So the idea of this look is that I want to be able to open my eyes and be able to see the eyeshadow, if you get what I mean. So you know, like for example now, you can see a little bit of eyeshadow even though I'm opening my eyes. So you want to have that kind of look. So just blend, blend, blend. Okay, so once that's done, as you can see, now there's like, you do see eyeshadow there definitely, but the thing is it's kind of harsh because you can see this here down there, and it basically even though the eyeshadow is being blended, it kind of like looks pretty harsh there, and it will be more obvious if you're using a more obvious color. So what do we do with that? So what we're going to do to actually solve that little problem is to basically take a very fresh clean brush, which is also a blending brush. So this is the one that I showed you guys earlier, which is the Eco Tools brush, and what I'm going to do with this fresh clean brush is to use it to kind of blend everything upwards. So the ones that you actually see here, sorry I keep looking in there because that's the only way that I can actually see myself. So the ones by the side, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to blend it up this way. Okay, and the ones here I'm going to blend it up upwards, but not too high up. Like the most I'll go is like here. Okay, so just blend it up here. So what I like to do is I like to hold my face like that and just kind of blend this part out like that in a circular motion and in a straight motion, but just blending it out so it doesn't look very harsh. You can see that it looks a lot better now. And then for the ones here, I'm actually just going to use the brush and very you don't actually need to kind of like press and then go. You just very lightly just la la la, and you can sing a song while you're doing it. Blend, 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 blend. Okay, and there you have it. So it looks pretty much blended out now, and then you're just gonna make sure that both eyes look the same. I think I have a little bit more here, so I'm just gonna, you gotta just play by ear. So I look like I have a little bit more here in the middle, so I'm just gonna take the small brush and actually just dip a little bit and just add a little bit more here. Adding a little bit more on certain parts of your eyes will also give it like a different dimension as well. Okay, and there you have it. That's how it looks at the moment. Okay, so once that's done, the last step I am going to do with regards to the eyeshadow is actually to take back my little tapered brush here from Revlon, and then I'm just going to dip a little bit there and a little bit like so. And then I'm actually going to put a little bit more on the eyelids. And the reason why I'm doing this is because sometimes after blending so much, there's not a lot of product left on the eyelid. And it's actually very important to have your eyelids have full amount of product so that it actually kind of pops out. So I'm actually just going to pat that onto the eyelid. So if you realize that on the eyelids, the technique that I like to use is to just kind of pat, but on the outer, it's just all about the blending, baby. Okay, a little bit more. So the eyeliner I'm going to use is my favorite, which is the Silky Girl Precision Sharp Eyeliner, and I get this from Watsons all the time, and it's just really easy to use. So I'm just going to draw a straight line, and I really like this kind of eyeliner because it's just the easiest to use. Like, I've tried the liquid eyeliner, many different types, the gel eyeliner, but this one's just the most fuss-free one for me. Very slight in there. Just make sure the eyeliners are of equal thickness. And then last but not least, we have the mascara. So this mascara is the Essence 2-in-1 Volume Mascara. So it's 2-in-1 because you could use the first one, which is a much smaller mascara wand. And then you've also got a second one, which is a lot thicker. It looks like that, so it looks very intense. So I'm just going to use the one that's number 1 because I just want this to be a very simple look. So just take some mascara. This is my favorite, and I'm just going to apply some. Okay, so that's how it looks with the mascara. Let me just do a close-up. So that's how it looks, and then just to finish everything off, I'm just going to conceal under my eyes. So just in case some of the eyeshadow actually dropped off, especially if you're using like a darker color, you might just want to do this last step, which is to just put a little bit of concealer like that. So this is the MAC Mineralized Concealer in NW35, and I absolutely love it because it's very easy to apply. So I'm just going to literally use my hand for this. And that's it. That's the look with a night out. How do you guys like? So yeah, in case you're wondering, the lipstick that I have at the moment is this gorgeous lipstick by Milani, and this is in the color Uptown Mauve. I got this from one of my best friends, Jean, and it looks like that. It smells like watermelon, you guys. I don't know, it kind of looks like watermelon as well. So yeah, totally does. So it's very nice and cherry and perfect for the weekend. So yeah, that was the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please click on the thumbs up button, and I'll be sure to do more tutorials to kind of just teach you the basics of makeup. Again, I'm not a professional, but this is basically how I do it. I find that it works, and hopefully it has helped you as well. So thumbs up on the like button if you like it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. See you guys, bye.